Have you ever stopped to think about how much you talk to yourself throughout the entire day? Even right now, while I'm speaking with you, there is another voice in your mind, your own voice, talking to you, judging what's happening, analyzing information, deciding if it makes sense or not, if it's right or wrong. That's why it's so important to pay attention to your internal narrative. Sometimes a delayed response, a neutral comment, or someone's behavior may not actually mean anything. But if your internal narrative starts telling you that you are not important, you are not enough, that you did something wrong, your confidence will quickly decrease. Our internal narrative is related to our confidence. Our mind is very fast at creating meanings. And if you don't pay attention to those meanings and learn how to manage them, they begin to control how you feel. Now let's go into a very simple and practical exercise to help you interrupt this pattern of destructive internal narratives and start creating a clearer inner dialogue that supports your confidence and helps you look at what is really happening. You can take a piece of paper and a pen or open a note on your phone, and I want you to create 3 categories. The first one is fact, then the other one is story, and the third one is response. First, you're gonna write one fact. For example, my boyfriend hasn't replied to my message yet. Okay, this is the fact. Then I want you to write which story is your mind telling you about that fact. Maybe it could be something like, I'm not that important to him right now, or maybe he doesn't want to talk to me, or anything else, okay? And then you're gonna come to the response. This is where your power to build confidence really exists. The response is the conscious answer you choose. Instead of automatically believing the story your mind created, you can write something like, I don't have enough information to draw the conclusion. Maybe my boyfriend's busy, so I'm gonna wait until he responds before assuming anything. This is a simple exercise and you can use it in many different situations. It helps you to separate reality from interpretation and prevent your mind from creating endless narratives that often don't even make sense. When you learn how to make the separation, your confidence starts to become much more stable because you see fact, reality, narrative, response. Have you ever had someone ask to talk to you, maybe your boss, a friend, a family member, and you immediately assumed something bad had happened? But when the conversation actually happened, it turned out to be something good? The truth is that for both good or bad situations, our mind will always try to create a narrative. But the most important thing here is not trying to predict what will happen. What really matters is that inside yourself, you develop an internal voice that is aware of the facts and of what you truly know, instead of constantly interpreting events and creating stories that may not even exist and be harmful for you. And this is where I want to introduce a very important idea. There is a version of you that is more confident, more stable, and more secure than you might imagine. And that version of you also lives in your internal voice, this inner voice. The difference is that this voice does not create stories that weaken you. It knows how to observe facts calmly, interpret situations with balance, and choose the response that maintain your strength and your posture. Every time you notice your mind is creating a narrative that doesn't match the facts, starting now, I want you to pause and ask yourself, what would my confident self think in this situation? With interpretation this confident self would bring. This small moment of awareness can completely change how you react, how you feel, and how you build your confidence. The real truth is that the voice inside our mind can do only 2 things. It can weaken us or it can lead us. The more aware we become of the stories repeating inside our heads, the more power we gain to choose which narratives we want to strengthen. And that's how confidence begins to grow from the inside out. If this video helped you to understand how your internal narrative influences your confidence, I invite you to also follow me on Instagram. There I share more insights like this. And I also created a free guide with 4 practical steps to help you build unshakable confidence. If you want to receive the guide, send me a DM on Instagram and I will share this with you. And I'll see you in the next video.